Today starts our school quality review process, which is the two-day event I shared with you last week, or actually last month, in regard to a team of 3 people coming into the school and basically spending a lot of time in our classrooms talking to children. They're going to talk to a group of parents that came in through volunteers. They're going to talk to a group of our students and ask them some questions about how they feel about the school, and they're also going to talk to the staff without me being present and to get the feel for the school. At the end of day 2, they will give us a synopsis of what the results will be. They'll basically share what they felt the school was doing well, and they'll share recommendations for growth. And you always have recommendations for growth. Like I told the group last month, if you go on our website, you actually can see our previous report. It's up. So I will use that information that we get on Thursday afternoon to kind of drive what we do for the upcoming year. So just this information about that. Any questions about the school quality review process? It is part of our budget. It is one of the, if you've, and I don't know how in-depth people have got into the proposed budget that Dr. Gorman has on the website, but it is available for you to view. It's a 4-tier system. If you go onto the CMS website, on the left-hand column, it'll say, I think it says Budget 2011-12 Proposed or something like that. You can click on it. It has an FAQ of frequently asked questions parents have about budget, and it also goes into the actual tiers, so you can actually see. And I think in Tier 2 it has SQR listed. So that's the school quality review process would be gone as part of the tiers, because there is a cost that's incurred with that. And at this point we get basically reviewed about every 3 years is the process right now. So every 3 years or so they'll come into our school and they do one of these. And it gives you some good feedback. It's objective, it's from the outside, and it allows us to get some good information on our school. So anything at all about that? Okay. Just some technology updates. We have some exciting news in regard to technology. We're in the midst of getting 2 more smart boards for our school. That is going to take us from 17 smart boards up to 19. Right now we have, I think, 35 classrooms, so we're over the halfway mark now, so we're excited about that. We're continuing to give them to teachers as they've been trained. So if a teacher has not been trained in how to use the smart board properly, they are not getting them yet. And we do trainings. Ms. Lipsky is certified as a smart board trainer, so she does trainings throughout the year, and she's getting ready to do another one this spring. So hopefully we'll get more teachers involved in that, but we don't feel that we should give them out to people unless they really know how to use them. So we have 2 more folks coming on board. We have a 2nd grade teacher and another 5th grade teacher that are getting them. So that will be coming soon. We also have received a donation from one of our parents for 3 iPod Touches to be used for our EC department, which is exciting. It's another tool that we're using for some of our kids to get them engaged in different activities. So we're excited to see how that works. And we just received those last week, so we're excited about that. And also one of our 5th grade teachers earned a grant through the Autism Society, and she has an iPad that she's beginning to use in her classroom in 5th grade. So we're excited about the technology slowly trickling in. We got some good news yesterday that actually should be able to be networked on our wireless very, very soon. So as of right now, she's been able to use it with apps only, but eventually she will be able to use it as a wireless source too. And it's been shown to be a great tool with our autistic kids. There's a lot of research coming out more and more of how it engages kids in different tasks, and really kids in general. So we're excited about beginning to explore some of those things with kids. I bring mine into the classroom when I go into some classes, and it's really cool to use it with sight words and different things. So when I go into a K or 1 class, I'll pull up sight words when they have some downtime, and I'll just run through some things with them, which is a good repetition, and it's good practice for them. So we've been excited about that. Websites. I think there was an editorial in the paper maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago about CMS shutting down their website or the teacher websites because of funding, and that's not true. They are switching over to a new model, so it is switching from the old format to a new format, so teachers have begun to be trained in that. We had 15 teachers that were trained yesterday, so it's changing. They're called wiki sites now, but several of our teachers have already shifted to it, and a bunch more were trained yesterday.
They're trained enough yesterday. Yeah. Last night.
Oh, really?
Oh,
so you're good to go then. So, so that's starting to trickle into. It just started the transition about a week ago. So we did have 15 teachers trained yesterday. Again, Miss Lipsky and Jill Thompson, one of our 5th grade teachers, helped kind of create a template for staff to use as they go through that process. So that transition will be starting soon in regard to that. So that's kind of some technology news. Father-daughter dance was last weekend. It went well, smooth. My daughter seemed to have a good time, and I think everything went well. The feedback I received from dads was good. The only thing I would say is maybe it's a bit too long, but beyond that, I thought it was a good time. Ours is 3 hours. Everyone else's seems to be 2. So I may talk about that with people because I left after 2. But we had a very good time, and we had a great turnout. So we had a lot of parents that came out to that, so I thought that was great. 4th grade Dad's Day is tomorrow. We set it up as a Dad's Day to try to get men into the building, but it doesn't have to be just dads. It could be any important person in your child's life that can come. We know that there's different situations where there may not be a dad available in a situation, or maybe out of town. We've had grandparents come, we've had moms come. So know that even though we do try to get dads in the school, and that's the focus of it, it is obviously open to anyone. We don't want any child to feel left out because of a particular situation. So just to make sure as you talk to parents, if you hear that gripe, let them know that it doesn't have to be a dad. The goal is a dad because we typically see more of our female parents than we do our male parents in the building. Mr. Woods tends to be an anomaly. So we appreciate that, but we honestly we designed to try to get our dads into the school. And even though it's only one day in some cases, I think it's important to the kids to see the connection with what's going on in the classroom. And the classroom teachers have done a much better job over the last 2 years of making it more engaging, where the dads are actually involved in what's going on. The first year we did it, it was more of the dads kind of sat in the back of the room and watched as the lesson was going on. And to me, that's not a real engaging experience and a way to get dads to come back. Now we're doing science experiments with the kids. They're involved in literature circles with them, student author studies and things like that. So I think it's getting better and better in regard to getting the dads actually involved versus kind of sitting in the back of the room with a cup of coffee. So that's been good. And then just one last thing that I have on my list. I asked teachers to forward this out to you, and I brought a copy so you can see it. At Huff High tonight, there is a movie that's going to be played at the Huff High Auditorium starting at 6:30. There is a cost to it, and it's called Race to Nowhere. I don't know much about the film itself. I think it's in the same vein as Waiting for Superman. If you've seen that, I haven't seen it. I started reading the book, but I haven't seen the movie. And it talks about education in America. And I think it is not necessarily the positive version of it. It's more of what it says in this particular one is the dark side of America's achievement culture. And I think this may be talking about standardized testing. But if you're interested in things like this, Huff High is doing a presentation of this evening. I did ask teachers to email it out. I know it was on our website. I think it starts at 6:30. The copy that I printed out, you cannot see the date. But I'll leave this here if anybody wants to look at it. So you guys can just pass that around. So that's a neat thing. I heard the Huff High Auditorium is very cool. The one thing that is going to be neat for us to experience is that our drama club is actually going to perform their drama performance, their closing performance at Huff High School this year. They have a partnership that they're working on with Huff in the drama department, where they're actually going to do their final presentation rather than have it here at our gym, which is actually good for an elementary school, where they're actually going to get to do it on a stage with the lights and the audio and in that real setting. So that's exciting for those kids. So 2 sessions before they actually will perform, they'll go up there. I think they're going to go get the visit at one day, and then there's going to be 2 days that they actually practice. Oh, they did it yesterday?
Yeah.
What did they think?
Oh, they were just, all of them, where they were like, oh,
so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Initially, we didn't know how that was going to work out and how the partnership was going to be with the drama teacher, and it actually has worked out rather well. He's getting some of his kids involved from Huff High now. They're going to help with lights, they're going to help with the audio, so they're going to actually make DVDs of it. So it's become a way bigger production than it was, and that's a cool way to try to create a partnership with Huff, so we were excited about that. Dr. Cockram, who's the principal there from the very beginning, has shown open arms with us in regard to that kind of thing. So we're really excited that they were able to do that for us. So that was another cool thing that I wanted to kind of mention to people that people are pretty excited about. And I think that's April 16th, April 8th. And the information will be coming out about that, but it's coming soon. April 8th will be the Wizard of Oz. So that's an exciting thing. And you know, it can hold over 200 people, I think maybe more than that. So we're excited about the opportunity to use that venue. That is all I have. Questions for me?